Hi folks, and welcome back. Well, I'm out in the woods after what seems like an eternity. It's been a bonkers year for me, just absolutely crazy busy, and I haven't had a chance to get out at all and film, or even just, you know, for a camp. Yeah, I've just been so busy with one thing or another. I'll explain a bit more later on, but that's why there's been such a big gap in filming and me putting videos out. So I'm really sorry about that. I know a lot of you have been waiting, and I've been quiet on social media, and I've just been yeah, I've sort of been a bit of a hermit, really. So yeah, I'll explain more later anyway. But I am out tonight, and very much looking forward to a night under the trees. That's my bed all set up. I've got my hooped bivvy here, which is air permeable Gore-Tex, really breathable. I tend to just leave it cracked open a little bit anyway, just for a bit of extra breathability. I've got a little light for inside. Underneath I've got my thermarest. This is one of the old style thermarests, just so I haven't got to have the pad inside. It gives you a bit more room inside. If you put your pad on the inside, it takes up a bit of the space in there, I find. It is more comfortable with it underneath. but because I've decided to set my camp up underneath a chestnut tree, I've doubled up on ground sheets. So I've got a thick plastic ground sheet and the half of my tarp, which I'm not using, just tucked underneath, and then my thermarest. So hopefully that'll stop me getting a puncture. And then inside I've just got my quilt. I'm finding that I'm tending to use a quilt more and more these days rather than a sleeping bag. It's a bit more comfortable. You can just drape it over you, and I've already got my insulation underneath from my sleeping pad, so you don't really need it there, you only need it over the top of you. So that's what I'm doing, and this is really nice and warm. This one goes down to about -5 comfortably, and then I've got my warm jacket, which is just zipped into its pocket there, and that makes quite a comfortable pillow. So that is bed for tonight. Managed to cut myself a nice big pile of firewood. There's a tree down quite close to camp, about 50 meters in that direction over there. I think it might be a hornbeam. It's been down for some time, and most of its features have long since rotted away, but the limbs are left, and they're bone dry and hard as iron. So should be a good burner, that's for sure. Chicken's starting to brown up quite nicely on one side. I've just turned them over, looking good, starting to smell nice too. If you can hear a bit of a noise in the background, it has actually just gone quiet again, but there is a farmer out in the field right next to the woodland. He's at the bottom of the field at the moment, but I think he's probably going to work his way up, and they do tend to work quite late, you know, when they've got a lot on, and I guess they've got their hands full getting the ground ready for next year's food after the harvest of this year. So I think that's what he's doing, drilling or something or other. I can't really tell from the distance where I am, but yeah, that's what that is. If you can hear a sort of rumble of machinery in the background. So what have I been up to this year? Well, work has been busy. The work is busy anyway, so that's you know, that's my week. Busy with work. I work full time as a carpenter and joiner, so yeah, I work long hours, and that keeps me busy during the week. But my weekends have also been chock-a-block with building work at home. I've been neglecting my house over the past few years, and it was really starting to show. And the more I dug, the worse it became. It was a bit of a can of worms, and I ended up hacking all the plaster off the walls downstairs, back to the brickwork, putting up all the floors, bricking up doorways, moving doorways, opening up new doorways, lots of re-insulating, lots of replastering, new floors, new ceilings, major work really. And yeah, it was spurred on, not only because it needed doing, but my daughter got married this year, and she had her wedding reception at ours. So that ended up kind of bringing a lot of jobs forward that we would maybe have trickled out over the next kind of, you know, couple of years or whatever. We brought everything forward, and I wanted to get them done before the wedding. So that was inside the house, major works. Outside the house, it all needed redecorating. The walls were all cracked. They had to be filled and reinforced and redecorated, and the driveway needed to be done, and the garden itself needed to be done. It was just, you know, endless amounts of hard work, which just kept us as a family all very busy for months on end. So that was, you know, that's why I haven't been able to get out. Every single weekend has been full, you know, and you know, even in the evenings I was, you know, working till 10, 11 o'clock at night, you know, every night getting the jobs done. And once the wedding was out of the way, I found it quite hard to not find the motivation to come out. You know, I was eager to come back out, but it's not always so easy to get back in the saddle with the filming after a long break. And so yeah, it's taken me a couple of weeks to kind of pick myself up, recover a little bit, rest a bit, and get my arse out into the woods. Yeah. So I thought I owed you an explanation, really, because you've been very patient with me while you've been waiting for a new video to come out. So, excuse me. That's the first thing. The second thing is there's going to be another big break, and there's going to be another big break because I'm going to be away for work. I'm going to be involved in a heritage project on South Georgia, which is being organised by the South Georgia Heritage Trust. Very excited. I've always been fascinated by the history of South Georgia, and I couldn't miss out on the opportunity when it came up to go and do some work down there. So I'll be down there for a while, several months, living on a ship and going ashore every day and doing our work. I'm part of a small team, and yeah, we're going to be doing some exciting restorative, is that the right word? Restoration work for a heritage building down there. There is a research station on South Georgia, but it's basically made up of old whaling stations which have been abandoned. They were abandoned in the 1960s. So there's not a lot there really, apart from these rusting old relics of history. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. It's going to be. I'm sure it's going to be challenging work. You know, it's going to be challenging conditions because of the climate. It's going to be challenging living on a small ship. We're going to have to travel by sea to get there. It's the only way to get to South Georgia is by sea, and it's 5 days from the Falkland Islands to get to South Georgia on a small boat, a small ship. So yeah, that's going to be exciting and terrifying at the same time. But once we're there, it's going to be amazing. So that's where we are. A weird year, definitely a hard year, and excitement to come, certainly for me and the Antarctic. Yeah, I look forward to telling you all about it when I get back. I've got some kimchi flavoured instant noodles here, which I found in Morrison's, and they have a chilli sachet in where you can add a little or a lot depending how hot you want it. But I think as I'm going to add fresh chilli, I think I might skip that. Sesame oil and a bit of soy sauce. Oh, it smells gorgeous. And I get to enjoy it to the sound of the woodland at night. Crows, a tractor. Let's give this a whirl. That'll do. Nearly forgot about this. Cheers. Where to put it? Well, I think I'm going to finish my beer off here, my crazy party bus beer, and go and hit the sack. It's about 9:30, but it seems the older I get, the earlier I go to bed. Wow, this wood is really spitty. Fireworks night. Farmer's still out there doing his thing. Good old boy. I've had a nice evening. It's been really nice to be out here in the woods and just relaxing a bit, really. You know, it's there's always a bit of work involved setting up camp. You know, setting your shelter up or whatever, collecting wood, processing wood for the fire and all that sort of thing. But it's it might be physical work, but it's actually relaxing at the same time. It's a weird thing. It's satisfying. I think that's what I'm trying to say. And it sort of takes your focus off the normal stuff. And I think that's half of what I love about being out in the woods. You know, I love being in the woods anyway. There's something very grounding about being in the woods. But yeah, just having those simple tasks to do that you know, just gives you the comfort that you need. You know, you're processing wood to make a fire, so you can cook and you can have warmth and light, and there's something very nice about that. And I guess that's what we as human beings are designed to be doing, really. Not sat behind a desk in an office somewhere. It's a funny old game, really. Yeah, so it's been lovely. I've enjoyed it. Yeah, good food as well. Yeah, I was pleased with how that came out. Who'd have thought instant noodles could be so satisfying? Yeah, good night's sleep. I know I'll sleep well tonight. Always do in my bivvy. I mean, it's not cold this time of year, not yet really, but temperature does drop in the early hours, and I'm always toasty and warm in that bivvy because it's a small space. You know, your body warmth heats it up. And it's not like being in a tent. It's much warmer, much cozier in a bivvy, which is why I like them so much, I think. Low profile and warm. Yeah, I'll certainly have a good night's sleep tonight. And then up and cook a bit of breakfast in the morning. Yeah, nice little reset. Yeah, out in the woods. Cannot beat it. Well, I'm going to enjoy this fire for another 10 minutes or so, finish my beer off, and then go and turn in. So I shall see you guys in the morning. Good night.
Morning folks. I woke up naturally this morning, woke up to the sound of the birds after a very comfortable and restful night's sleep, and I've just got up and lit the fire, made a cup of coffee, which I'm just enjoying now. It's beautiful this morning. The sun's shining through the trees from the other end of the woodland, and it's looking like it's going to be another lovely day. Just enjoy my cup of coffee here and wake up a bit. And yeah, bit of scran, just the job. There we go. There are my sausages. Proper good old English pork sausages. Sausages are nearly done. I've just taken them off and split them in half, put them back on again, just to get that last little bit in the middle to cook through. And I think that half a sausage thickness in a bap is a better meat to bread ratio. Yeah, a little drizzle of ketchup over the top. Perfection. That's me all packed away and tidied up. My little camp spot is back to how it was. I went and got some more water from where I was parked about 3/4 of a mile away, and brought a can of water up just to make sure that fire was well and truly out. I'd normally get water from a pond that there is in the corner of this woodland over there, but the pond is dry. We've had a long, hot
dry summer, and the water levels are all just down, so there's not a drop of water in there, bone dry it is. So yeah, brought some water up, and that's all out, and yeah, I'm happy that it's cool enough. So yeah, all back to how it was. It's been a really nice camp. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Very relaxing, and just what was needed after these past few crazy months. A nice little reset. Good bit of grub last night, a nice breakfast this morning, and a comfortable night under the trees. Perfect. Well, I'm going to get this rucksack on my back, wander back to my vehicle, and I will see you guys in the spring, and I promise to redouble my efforts and try and get a bit more content out there for you guys to hopefully enjoy. So I will see you then. Thanks for watching. See you in the spring.